everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Hearthstone, or Hearthstone Arena Northernlion's Den, whatever you want to call it. We're going to enter back into the arena. We just had a 7-3 round as a Paladin, which I was playing as basically for the first time, and this is quite a series of decisions that we have in front of us. I've never spent a meaningful amount of time as any of these classes. I was really hoping for maybe a hunter, or maybe a mage, or a druid or something. I think I'm very interested in possibly playing a shaman deck. I've played a little as a warrior, almost none as a warlock. Let's play as a shaman, it'll be interesting. So I don't know shaman cards very much at all, and in fact we have to start with a rare pick, which is a strange and scary decision for me here. Twilight Drake sort of got nerfed, but it's also like a pseudo-ambiguous buff, because if you silence Twilight Drake, now it's 4-1 instead of 1-1. I still think Twilight Drake is pretty good. The problem is, like, you know, there are situations where Twilight Drake is useless. If you have no cards in your hand and you summon Twilight Drake, you're spending 4 mana for a 4-1 that doesn't have charge, which is really bad. I don't really like Young Priestess as a rare card, and Ravenholt Assassin is good, but I don't know. I'm going to take Twilight Drake and we'll gamble a little bit on it. Bloodlust, give your minions +3 attack this turn. I can't really bank on building a Murloc deck. Unbound Elemental, when you play a card with Overload, gain +1/+1. I don't like 2/4 as a 3 mana drop, but the Overload bonus there is awesome. Would it live long enough to get benefit out of it? Maybe, but I like Bloodlust a lot. That can really change the game for us. I can't really bank on making a Pirate deck, but you know, you can still get good value out of Dread Corsair if you have a weapon. Direwolf Alpha, pretty good. Jungle Panther, 1 more mana, twice as much health. Doesn't have the buff, but it has stealth. It's a tough call. I'm going to go with Jungle Panther in this situation. Now, this is not a no-brainer, but I really do like Silverhand Knight, but I also really like Ancient Brewmaster, especially if we have a minion with Battle Cry. But Silverhand Knight's super good as well. I don't really like Razorfen Hunter. I think I'll go with Ancient Brewmaster in this situation. I love that a 4 mana 5/4 drop is pretty good. The Battle Cry could be good. The Silverhand Knight is awesome as well. But we'll go with the Ancient Brewmaster in this situation. Tough call though. Fire Elemental as a 3 damage Battle Cry. 6 mana for a 6/5 creature is actually pretty good. 3 mana for a 3/1 with Divine Shield is alright as well. I didn't really like this card before, but it's really good if you get it out before. Like, if you go first and you play Scarlet Crusader on your turn 3, then you can usually deal with the turn 3 drop from your enemy without actually losing Scarlet Crusader. I kind of like the idea of Fire Elemental. Wisp is really bad, though. We'll go with Fire Elemental. Now we've got some interesting choices. Novice Engineer, I think, is a pretty good card. Lightning Bolt deals 3 damage. It costs you effectively 1 mana this turn, 1 mana next turn. But that's a pretty good value on that as well. But Flame Tongue Totem is just a card that I've seen shit on other decks so much that I have to take it. The ability to buff your minions is too good to pass up here. So, Forked Lightning costs us 2 Overload on the next turn. If you're not familiar with Overload, by the way, essentially the way this works is whatever's in the brackets, you have that much less mana on your next turn. So if I play this, it costs me 1 mana. Next turn, I have 2 mana less than my maximum. I can't not take Acidic Swamp Ooze. It's just too good of a common card against rogues, druids, hunters, anybody that makes a weapon. And even if we don't get the bonus from the Battle Cry, it's still a 3/2, 2 mana drop, which is comparable to Bloodfen Raptor or a Fairy Dragon, for example. So I think I'm going to take Acidic Swamp Ooze in this situation, even though it's kind of a boring pickup. Fire Elemental's pretty good, I think. I've never really used it because it's a Shaman-specific card, but I like the idea. Forked Lightning could be good. It's kind of like a multi-shot, but less damage and costs you the Overload. Youthful Brewmaster, honestly, is pretty good as well. This is a tough call. I think I'm going to take Forked Lightning for the board control, although Fire Elemental seems like a good choice. Let's take Fire Elemental. We can always get more spells later. Dark Iron Dwarf, I think this might as well be an automatic pick. A 4 mana 4/4 with a +2 attack Battle Cry is super good. Lightning Bolt as well is good. Stormforged Axe is okay. I'm going to go with Dark Iron Dwarf. Obviously our deck's looking a little weird here. Now we have another rare choice. Feral Spirit summons 2/3 Spirit Wolves with Taunts. It costs you 2 mana on the next turn. Lava Burst does 5 damage and 2 overload. Gadgets and Auctioneer is a pretty good card as well. I think that I will run with a Feral Spirit here. Lava Burst would be so good to take care of some other enemies, but Feral Spirit, we don't have any taunts in our deck yet. This is probably a good idea. For a 4-mana card, I kind of like Oasis Snapjaw in this situation, in all honesty. We could also take Bluegill Warrior, which is basically, you know, 2 mana, does 2 damage. Probably dies immediately after. But with only 1 health, he's really bad against, like, mages and druids. So maybe we'll take Oasis Snapjaw at 4 mana. We have another Twilight Drake. We have a Cold Light Seer. I'm not building a Murloc deck, and Ancient Watcher is terrible. So we're basically railroaded into taking Twilight Drake. Now we have an epic choice. Earth Elemental, super good. Taunt 7/8 for 5 mana. 3 overload is the penalty. Farsight, draw a card. That card costs 3 mana less. Could be good, could be not useful at all. Faceless Manipulator, choose a minion and become a copy of it. Also could be amazing. Faceless Manipulator, I've never used, but I've seen it used. Earth Elemental is what I'm going to go with, though. It's a super good card if you get it out early. Now, looking at our deck, I think we need some more low mana cards, in all honesty. Earthshock. Silence a minion, then deal 1 damage to it. Unbound Elemental. I'm going to take Silence on this one. 1 mana Silence seems awesome to me. Trying to think, how many 2-mana cards do we have? Only 2. Acidic Swamp Ooze, Flametongue Totem. Novice Engineer could be good, but I also kind of like the idea of Stormforged Axe. If we get it early, we get some board control in all likelihood. Let's try that out. So we have Forked Lightning, Stormpike Commando, and Stranglethorn Tiger. Do we already have 1 Forked Lightning? No. We have an Earthshock. Out of all of these, I much prefer Stranglethorn Tiger. I also have Jungle Panther. Let's take Stranglethorn Tiger. This is a weird deck so far. I like Stormwind Champion. I'm willing to take a gamble on that. Venture Company Mercenary is obviously really, really good. But combined with our overloads, it might cause us some problems. Gurubashi Berserker is better, I think, if you're a mage and you can hit your own minion and get it buffed up quickly. Stormforged Axe, I think, is pretty good as well, but I'm going to go with Venture Company Mercenary. This card has been very good to me lately. Now, we have some holes in our deck that need to be filled. We need more creatures, I think, especially low-mana creatures. 3 mana for 3 damage, I don't really like that much. I love Ancient Brewmaster. You know, if you compare these cards, I like it a lot. Deal 1 damage to an enemy character, freeze it for 1 mana. That seems good as well, but I'm going to take another Ancient Brewmaster. Abomination is a good card, in my opinion at least. But I really like the idea of being able to do 2 to 3 damage to all enemy minions, whereas, you know, Pudge over here could possibly get me screwed up. And Arcane Golem, you know, charge is really nice. A 4/2 charge definitely beats Wolf Rider, but it does give your opponent a mana crystal, which is very risky. So I like Lightning Storm in this situation. Totemic Might, give your totems +2 health. I don't like either of these other 2 cards, so I kind of like that, especially if we get our Flametongue Totem out there. Dalaran Mage, 1/4 for 3 mana. I don't think it's very good. I think Earthen Ring Farseer is a little better, and it's cheaper. Darkscale Healer's okay, but I think Earthen Ring Farseer is the best value out of all 3 of these. Flametongue Totem is probably another one that I'm going to take. We could probably buff up the end of our deck, like both ends of our deck, really. I do not want to take a 3rd Twilight Drake. The more of these we take, they just cannibalize each other, right? If we have 3 Twilight Drakes in our deck, every one that we play is worse than the one that comes before it. I'm going to take Sunwalker, Taunt, and Divine Shield. I think it's not great, but I think it's better than Stampeding Kodo. Spellbreaker, more or less automatic choice in my opinion. This is a tough one. I think Elven Archer is pretty bad. Usually it's deal 1 damage for 1 mana, which is not bad if it helps you take care of whatever the enemy summoned in their 2nd turn, but I think out of all of these, I like Stormforged Axe the most, just because this Dust Devil card can handcuff you pretty quickly. If it gets to attack, that's fine, but if you play this on like your 1st turn, then you play nothing on your 2nd turn. That's a little scary if it gets killed. So I think Stormforged Axe is a little less risky. Out of all of these, I think I have some spells in this deck. Earthshock, Lightning Storm, Feral Spirit won't get affected by it, I think. I think it might be okay to roll with Cobalt Geomancer. Scarlet Crusader's probably... I'm debating back and forth between these 2. I'll go with Cobalt Geomancer just in case. That could end up helping me do a lot of damage. Out of all of these, I think Lava Burst is what I have to go with, especially now that we have a spell power +1. Do you want me to take 4 Twilight Drakes in this deck? You gotta be kidding me. Honestly, I think at this point we have to go with a Young Priestess. I can't afford a 3rd Twilight Drake, I think. And I really do not like the other card. We got a lot of rare choices here. And with our last card, I think we take Argent Commander. We can buff out the end of our deck a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not necessarily thrilled with this deck choice so far, but we'll play a couple of games, see how it shakes out. Kind of similar to the Pally deck that we just played. This is one of my first times playing as this class, and in a competitive setting like this, it could go incredibly terribly for us. Or maybe I find out that I actually have some affinity for this class that I didn't even know. I've certainly been beaten by Shamans a lot before. I really like the Shaman hero power. I think it gives you incredible board control ability, especially if you get the Taunt Totem at an ideal time. We'll see. Going up against a Druid right off the bat scares me a little bit. Mostly because I just find it to be a scary class. Going second here is great because I get an extra card. And honestly, I think we wipe them all. I don't think there's anything of value there that I can play early enough to be useful. Please give me some lowish mana creatures. Cobalt Geomancer can go out. That's about it. I can play first or second turn Cobalt Geomancer. Probably second turn Cobalt Geomancer. Well, I could do first turn Cobalt Geomancer, second turn Totem. But would he be able to kill it? I guess to some extent it depends what he summons. We'll see. Yeah, I expected nothing. It's usually nothing or Claw. Okay. I'm gonna do Cobalt Geomancer first. Mostly just to get a creature on the field, so he has to deal with it. We may be able to get some extra value out of Lava Burst here. I doubt it. We may be able to get some extra value out of another card that we pick up, but I doubt it. Mostly I did it this turn, so that next turn, if this lives, I summon a totem. Maybe it's a taunt. Maybe Cobalt Geomancer lives for 3 or 4 turns now and gets a little bit better. So he's going to hero power, in all likelihood, attack Cobalt Geomancer. Now he's going to attack me directly. That's probably an okay play as well. He keeps his armor, and then he'll only take 1 damage from me. Young Priestess. Not totally worth it, right? I'm just looking at it now and I'm like, wait a minute, this is like actually pretty good value. But it could be killed unless there's a taunt, so maybe I don't want to summon it just yet. Maybe we'll summon a totem first. It is not the taunt totem, but restoring 1 health to all friendly minions is pretty nice. That means he's got to kill the creature right off the bat. We'll be on our 3rd turn next, and we're either going to roll Lava Burst and kill whatever he puts out there, or Jungle Panther, or Totem Young Priestess. Alright, so I draw 2 cards out of that. I'm actually totally okay with that, especially if I get Twilight Drake, which I didn't. But, it's kind of a weird play, in my opinion. And we'll be on our 3rd turn here with a lot of cards in our hand. I don't think Cobalt Geomancer is worth doing that to, but I could be wrong. We're on 3 mana. Young Priestess. I don't really want his Jungle Panther either yet. Because I'll just be killed. Maybe we just put out Jungle Panther and we just kind of wait it out. Eventually, hopefully, I'll have something easier to deal with that guy. Yeah, let's put out Jungle Panther here. Not thrilled about it, but if he summons another good creature, then I can take it out. And Acidic Swamp Ooze is not that bad for us. He will probably kill my totem this turn. Not that that totem provides any value at all right now. In fact, that's probably the worst totem we could possibly bank on right now. Taunt is better. 1/1 is better, because it actually has some, target ability, or, like, it can deal damage. And Spell Power +1 is quite obviously better. We'll see, though. I would love to get that Area of Effects spell card I have. I don't think I'm in a bad position. I don't think he's in a bad position either. Maybe it was a smart idea for him to get my Cobalt Geomancer off the field so early. We'll see what he chooses to play. Druid can get momentum pretty easily. I don't think that's a bad play. I don't think it's worth trading my 3-mana creature for his 2-mana creature, so I'll probably just leave it sitting there. Maybe I can use that to kill a 4-health creature a little later. He's running out of time, so I assume... Ooh, that's weird. He's just going to do 2 damage to me with that, which is strange. Deal 1 damage to a minion and then silence it is kind of worthless in this situation. But is Lava Burst worth anything in this situation? I think the answer to that question is no. I could summon a Stoneclaw Totem. Oh, I could summon a totem and hope it's a Stoneclaw Totem, I should say. Let's summon a totem. And it's going to be a Searing Totem. And then I'm trying to think about what we do with this. What we do with this, I should say. I'm kind of okay swapping here just for the purposes of board control, even though I didn't necessarily get super value out of it. I don't think Earthshock or Young Priestess are good enough yet. Give your totems +2 health. I don't think that's good enough yet either. So unfortunately, I think I'm making pretty shit use of my mana so far. Let's see what he plays. That's a good card. I could silence it though. That's probably a smart play. Twilight Drake is now a very good card. It will be a 4... Well, how many cards do we have that are not Twilight Drake? Like a 4/8 when it goes out? Which is very nice. But what do? I can only summon that and then kill Acidic Swamp Ooze and hope that Stranglethorn Tiger doesn't just kill me. There's no better time to play it, though. I can't target this until it comes out, so I can't use Lava Burst yet. It'll be a 4/9, actually. Okay. And then I think... Yeah, I think we'd have to use 1 mana for 1 damage, and I'm totally okay with that at this point. And we'll see how he chooses to deal with this. I mean, this is not the strongest Twilight Drake I've ever seen. Obviously, now that it were post-nerf, it would be 9/9 if it was earlier, and then it would probably be a much more kind of viable target to watch out for. But next turn, we're on 6 mana. We could actually summon a Taunt with our Sunwalker. We could use Argent Commander to deal some damage. I'm wary, though, because I want to get Stranglethorn Tiger out first. Oh, what is that? Starfall. Deal 5 damage. And then he's going to sacrifice his Tiger for it? Oh, that is a fair fucking trade. Well, this is not sacrificing his Tiger, unfortunately, but I'm still okay with it. Because now I can use Argent Commander and just kill it and still be alive. Is there anything better than that I can do? Lava Burst I don't think is worth it. Let's use Argent Commander. And as a result... we'll do that. No reason to give our totems extra health. I think that move right there might have allowed us to actually claw back into it a little bit. I have some decent cards that I'm happy with having in the mid-game here. I really would love to get a Taunt on the field kind of reliably. Like, I want to keep this 4/3 alive. That's not great value for a 6-mana creature, but I did kill the 5-mana creature with it. I think that's a good play from him. Youthful Brewmaster's a pretty good drop. Let me think about how we deal with this then. Stormforged Axe for 2 mana does let me kill this guy. And then Lava Burst. I'll have like no mana next turn. What is this? It's a Taunt with Divine Shield. Huh. How do we play this one? 2 mana. We kill you. I apologize for like entering into my own mind right here as I do this. Well, one thing's for sure. If we attack with this guy, he will be killed unless I play Stormwind Champion first. So, we could play our Taunt, and then that's basically it. Taunt Young Priestess, I guess is how it would have to go. Or we Stormforged Axe, kill this creature. Stranglethorn Tiger. Or we could just Lava Burst that creature for 3 mana. I think we do it this way. So we Lava Burst him for 3 mana. Fair trade. And we put this up. Kill the Youthful Brewmaster. Summon a Totem. Hopefully it's the Taunt. It is restore 1 health to friendly minions. And attack directly. And now the scary part of this is that we are going to have -4 mana on the next turn. So I think we'll only have 4 mana. So we'll probably play Oasis Snapjaw. Or we could summon a Totem and Young Priestess. But we do have a weapon, so we can do some damage. That's pretty good. He's probably going to give that Taunt, which is a smart idea. And he still has 3 mana left, which is going to make this guy hard to deal with. Now what is he going to do with that? He's probably going to attack me directly? Yep, okay. Well, for 2... sadly, I can't play that this turn, but... Oh, I have 5 mana. Okay. That doesn't necessarily change things too much. Just trying to think of what we can do here. Well, okay. I think we probably sacrifice Argent Commander and take 4 damage to kill him. That much I don't think is necessarily debatable. And then on top of that, what do we summon? I honestly think we summon, I think we summon Oasis Snapjaw. And why don't we finally play this Young Priestess as well? And we'll see what gets the health. Obviously, I'm hoping it's Oasis Snapjaw. Ah, okay. Well, you know, the harder our totem is to kill, the healing totem, the better it is. Maybe that becomes more of a target and Oasis Snapjaw actually lives. At some point, we're going to need to be able to do some damage to this guy, and that's going to be difficult. Venture Company Mercenary doesn't worry me too much, actually, because I have the damage kind of on the field to be able to do some serious... He's probably going to attack Young Priestess, yeah. Maybe I don't have the damage on the field to do serious damage to him then, but we'll see what we draw as well. Ancient Brewmaster. I don't have anything with a suitable battle cry right now. If we play Fire Elemental... Fire Elemental does 3 damage. He goes down to 3. I could kill him, but it's going to cost me a lot. But there's no real other way around it. I could summon this Taunt. Maybe that's what we do. We summon the Taunt. Hopefully force him to attack it with this turn. And we also summon a totem of our own. And that is Spell Power +1. And I guess we attack directly. And why don't we take this opportunity to also give our totems +2 health just to make them more annoying? Whether or not this ends up working out for me is debatable. But presumably it is going to make things harder to deal with for him. Fire Elemental comes out next, and I have a much better chance of killing Venture Company Mercenary. Ooh, silencing a minion there is a really good choice. Is he going to attack me directly and go for the kill is the real question. Probably smart. Force me to deal with him a little bit more harshly next turn. Or he's going to go for some board control, in which case I'll sacrifice whatever the minion he doesn't kill. I'll sacrifice that minion to hit it. I would, honestly, if I was in his position, I would attack the Shaman directly. I think that would be the better play. Because I'm happy to trade Oasis Snapjaw here, but if I get like a spell card, that's awesome too. But we'll see. Maybe he buffs his creature. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a problem for me then. I can still kill it. I'll take a lot of damage. Bloodlust is one of those cards that you can play in this situation, but I sort of don't want to because I would much rather just kill him. But I could sacrifice totems to kill him in this case, which makes it a lot better. So I do think we play... but is there... We can't play fire elements. Okay, I got it. We play Bloodlust. Everybody has +2 attack except me. And with this, we sacrifice both totems. Like so. And we'll also get that off the field. And we'll play Stranglethorn Tiger just to get some extra damage out there. And we could potentially start causing some real problems for him next turn. That's a good card for him to have out there. We can sacrifice Stranglethorn Tiger for that. Now we can't. This is a very tactical game here so far. There's a taunt 7/8 for 5 mana. It's pretty good. Is it worth it on this play? That's a darn good question. I could... I am so concerned about what to play. There's so many good options. Yeah. Let's do this. And then we'll sacrifice both of these creatures to kill this guy, which is terrible value. It's 9 mana for a 6. That's bad. Don't do that. But we have to. So I will. Otherwise, this guy will die next turn. But then both of them... Maybe we let him live. Maybe we let this guy live, hope that he doesn't have a silence. And he has to attack us and lose his creatures, and then our creatures stay on the board. And we don't play Ancient Brewmaster because then we'll have to return something to our hand, and I don't want to. I'll summon a totem instead. Hope it's another taunt. It's not. It's spell power +1. Okay. I hope that my inactivity was actually the right play there. This is a very hard first game and a very long first game as well. We'll probably only do one game in this episode just because of the length of this one. Ooh, okay. +1/+1 to all minions. It's not that great, actually. His other card, it's kind of like his last gasp. The question is he going to sacrifice his 6-mana creature to kill the taunt? He will. Then he only has a 4/4 and a 2/2 on the field. And he's going to have to attack him directly? Okay. That's not bad. I think he's still doing fine. But I think I have kind of pulled it back here a little bit. So I think we attack the Treant directly, because we take less damage as a result of attacking him. I think we summon the Fire Elemental. The Fire Elemental allows us to deal 3 damage to him and cause the Treant to come out. And then we attack the Treant with our Tiger. And now we have complete control of the board. And I think we find ourselves in a very good position moving forwards after this. That is a pain in the ass, but a pain in the ass that hopefully he'll be able to deal with. Is he going to go for the kill? Is he going to, like, hit me directly? Probably. Now, there is kind of a surprise play here, even if we don't draw anything good. It's not that good. I think what we do here is we actually Ancient Brewmaster, pull this thing back, put it back out, it does 3 damage, then we only sacrifice the Tiger to kill it. So watch this happen live. Put this guy back in our hand, and then we'll put him back out on the field. 3 damage to this guy, sacrifice the Tiger, and unfortunately, you know, nothing else has really happened on this turn. We haven't made any progress towards defeating the enemy, but we did take care of that really nasty card he summoned. Now on this turn, we probably use our Brewmaster to kill that. There might be a more elegant way around it that I'm not familiar with, but we'll see. As of right now, I feel very much in control. Stormforged Axe doesn't quite do enough for us. I think we do this. And, you know, at this point, you might as well summon Twilight Drake, just because it's never going to be stronger than summoning it right now. And then I don't even want to use Ancient Brewmaster, in all honesty. I think we summon a Totem. And it's Stoneclaw Totem for the first time, and I think we take Stormforged Axe, and I think we attack him directly. The reason I don't want to use the Brewmaster yet is because it would take back an offensive card from my hand, which I don't want. Instead, I can Brewmaster the Totem, put the Totem back in my hand, and then put the Totem back out, and immediately it's useful again. And eventually we will play Stormwind Champion, especially if it just gives me the win right away. That's a nasty card for him to use there, but he doesn't have anything else, so that's pretty good. He's going to shapeshift, probably attack the... Well, I guess he has to attack the taunt, doesn't he? So, I guess we won't bring Stoneclaw Totem back into our hand. He's gotten exceptionally lucky with some of these cards so far. Not that I, you know, hate him for it. Let's be honest, I sort of do. Let's finally use our Flame Tongue Totem, and that's going to do a lot of damage right away. And on the next turn, unless a goddamn miracle happens, he will be stopped in his tracks, thankfully, after probably the longest Hearthstone arena match I've actually ever had. Like, I've done arena episodes with 3 matches that were shorter than this one, so I'm happy that we pulled out our first win there, but we're approaching the half-hour mark, so that's probably going to be the only run that we're going to do over the course of this episode. But as always, I hope you enjoyed the deck drafting. Again, if you enjoy the episode, then make sure to click the like button. It does help me out a lot. Leave a comment letting me know what you liked or did not like about the video. And, of course, subscribe for some more daily Hearthstone. There is a link in the video description or in the annotation coming in the outro, conveniently placed after this video. Again, as always, thanks for watching. Off to a positive start. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you next time.